So I don't know if you know anything about astrology or if that's like anything that like, but Pluto's moving out of Capricorn and I happen to be a Capricorn sun. So it's moving out of my sign. I also, because I have Moldavite is, look at this big chunk of Moldavite. Let me show you. Let me take the, here, let me show you. And it's real. It's real Moldavite. Look at this big chunk of Moldavite that I have. It's been sitting on my altar for a couple years now. I finally took it off. So I was like, probably shouldn't have that Moldavite just sitting around. I kind of want to give it away. I thought about leaving it in a like little free library, big, free Moldavite. Go change your life. I don't know. It hasn't been bad. It's just Moldavite. Like, it'll mess you. It'll change your life up. Things happen when you use Moldavite. I mean, that is a sizable piece of Moldavite. I don't know. Anyone want some Moldavite? I'll send it to you. Yeah, kitten. Come here. Why are you crying? Oh. Are you the cutest cat in the world? You are the cutest cat in the world. Memory is a marvelous thing. Keep the minutes to the fine, joyful, and free memory. It can make the past reappear. Open the cover and transport yourself into a world of discovery, self-expression, and creativity. Oh, fun. You want to see my new journal? Oh, here's my new journal. I had one like it back in 2005. I have three things in this world: sun, moon, and I love three things in this world: sun, moon, and you. Sun in morning, moon for night, and you forever. It's a postcard. Look at this journal. This journal just... It was only like $15. It's lined. But the pages feel really nice. Isn't it nice? A little floppy. Cute little journal. Do you want to see my current journals? Oh, hang on. just gonna chew some gum. So, besides my science and my anthropology journal, which I have not been writing in, I have this journal. I have this journal, which I've been writing to Donnie in. It's kind of like my Godzilla journal. But I've only been writing in it a few days. And I've got a sizable chunk already written in this journal. Just because I've been watching a lot of Godzilla films. I think I watched Destroy All Monsters yesterday. So I can mark that. By Ishiro Honda. So I have to watch All Monsters Attack today. Ooh, and Godzilla vs. Gigan. And Godzilla vs. Shidora. We're coming into the 70s. Some more Jun Fukuda films. I love his films. I have a secret obsession with Jun Fukuda films because I think that he actually tries to teach us kanji. Because he uses his use of numerology in his films as foreshadowing. I don't know how to explain it. I really believe that he does that. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I think that he uses numbers as a way of referring to kanji. And like, because they're kind of like for children. So he like refers to like the kanji as like radicals. So he like talks about, he's like doing this like kind of like play on numbers and the kanji as like kind of like this tongue-in-cheek foreshadowing. I don't know how to explain it. But because the kanji, from what I understand, you know, the numbers refer to like when you write them, they are like specific, like, I don't know, they like refer to like specific, I don't know, things, I suppose. So there's, I don't know, like I think that there's like a word play on them or something. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of like how Wednesday is derivative of like, you know, or like Thursday is like derivative of like Thor's day, of like Thor, the god Thor. It's sort of like derivative of other things. And so like, yeah, it's derivative of like
concepts and ideas. And because we when we create things, we're basing them on real tangible ideas, or like, yeah. And so like one in I think I wrote it down. One is like mizu, which is like water, and like um two is like ki, which is like clothing. Three is like sun or like day, but it's like he, or like it's like hi or he. And then it's like fire, and then like yama, which is like mountain. And then there's like kaza, which is like wind. And then it's like rain, and then like person. I don't know. But like, yeah. So I wrote them down because I was like, oh, they refer to actual like concepts and ideas. I don't know. I was thinking about that though. Because I was like, and maybe it's just a coincidence, like maybe it's just something that's like tongue in cheek, like, not actually, just something that I'm looking for and I found, and I was like, oh, this refers to something else, and I'm just looking for something and I found it. But I don't think so. Because I was watching Son of Godzilla, and he it was in English, and the guy talked about, he was giving a scientific report over the phone, and he said, he didn't say 826, which I thought was very weird. He said 0826. So he said 08 and then 26, which I thought was very strange that he specifically said it in that specific way. Because I was like, that to me says that he specifically wanted to say 8 and then the number 26. So I looked up 8 and I looked up 26, and 26 um as kanji means to swim. And as a radical, I looked at here. There was like a whole thing about it as like when you use it as like a radical. 26 is the kanji for to swim, and they talked about, um 08 is a lucky number, but it's an interesting lesson about the radical for kanji of official and double stand out from the kanji with on duty, and there's the symbol for 8, radical, and how one of these characters turns the radical on its head. So the 8 kanji turns official and double, like it actually like changes those kanjis into like official and double. um 26 is the kanji for to swim, and they talked about the reporter swimming back to the mainland later on in the movie, like within a few minutes later they talked about him swimming back to the mainland. So I thought that was interesting. They also talk about the temperature at one point being like 78, and they talk about like that's like a death radical in Chinese, which kanji is based off Chinese. I don't know. So I was like, I don't know. I was just thinking it was weird. I thought it was funny. I'm just like rambling at this point. You're probably like, what's this crazy talk that she's talking about? This doesn't even make sense. Numbers, kanji, what? Does it make any sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my butt. Does it make any sense? I don't know. Am I just looking for things that don't make sense? Are they actually based on that? I don't know if they are actually like based on things like that. I think To me, they seem like they do. I do admit that I am also crazy, and crazy people look at numbers. And so it's very possible I'm looking for patterns and I'm finding patterns where there are no patterns. So it's very possible that I'm just crazy and looking for patterns where there are none. That is something that I do. So that possibility does exist. I understand. I could just be crazy. Um, all things are possible. Uh, but I was like analyzing it, and I was like, I don't know. I was also making a joke about which zodiac sign the kaiju would be if they were of the zodiac signs. And of course, the Mothra twins would be Geminis. And Ibarra would be a Cancer. And oh, you know what? Spiga would be a Scorpio. Spiga would be a Scorpio, not Gigantus. King Ghidorah, I think, would be a Sagittarius. Don't ask me why. Because Sagittarius is the hunter, right? Sagittarius. King Kong would be a Capricorn. Mothra would be an Aquarius. Absolutely Aquarius. Godzilla would be a Pisces. Aries would be an Aquarius. Is it Argarius? Anguarius? I can never remember his name. It's Anguarius, I think. Or Arguarius? But he would be an Aries. I still haven't figured out Leo or Taurus. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. Let me know in the comments which kaiju would be a Taurus or a Leo. I'm sure, because I haven't watched all the movies yet, so I know that there's one, maybe it's Hedorah, that's the lion one. Is that Hedorah? I don't know. But I was just thinking, yeah. Is there a bull kaiju? I don't know. I haven't watched all the films. I'm going through with them. Maybe Mechagodzilla is a Taurus. What do you think? Mechagodzilla being a Taurus? And Leo being like Hedorah? I don't know. But it was just a silly little thing that I was doing. Yeah. Anyway.